watch. That's my worst fear, dog.
Man.
My worst fear is kill me, my nigga.
Yeah, that's what it have to be.
You think he's going? They got more guns, or it's a sneak attack. You didn't realize they was coming. That's why you gotta pray for a covering, bro. Right. And those that don't have the covering of your house, by shit. It's gonna get bad out here, bro.
Yep.
That's why it's good that we're going through what we're going through now. So when that time comes, man, we had that covering.
Man, for real.
Zechariah 14:2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle. And remember, Jerusalem is the before place. And the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished.
Right. Women will get ravaged, dog. You know? The climate, spirits.
Man.
The climate's being sent. People are perfecting that hatred towards you. A lot of these guys that are podcasters and that are content creators, they don't even realize that they're sowing in men to hate women. You know what I'm saying? They're sowing in these dudes to hate women. So when that time hit, those podcasts they've been listening to, things that they're gonna be playing that shit out. They're gonna be playing that shit out, man. And there ain't gonna be a game, dog. There's not gonna be no game. Go ahead.
This is Zephaniah chapter 1, and in the title of this chapter, it says the Most High severe judgment against Judah.
See?
This is verse 13 in chapter 1. Well, verse 12. And it came to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. So the Lord is saying he's going to search his house, man. It's Judah and Jerusalem, man. He's going to search it with candles. And as we always go into this, we say what? When you going into a dark house with a one lit candle and you're doing a search, you're doing a diligent search around your whole house, man. You know, because that's a small flame in a big house. Okay, so the Lord is searching out the wicked and the righteous of his people, man. All right, that righteous, that 1/3 is gonna fall on that right, and that 2/3 is gonna fall on the left, man. The brothers brought out earlier was what just went down in Chicago. Okay, that little exercise drill that you saw just ran, that ain't just no simulation, man. And he's gonna put that shit in a full action real soon. You know, and that's what the serpent has been pretty much circled around. All right, Esau's gonna get down on you Israelites, man.
Right.
You know, continuation. The Lord, I'm gonna read again. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will not do good, neither will he do evil. So that's a crazy mindset to have as a man on this tribe here on the earth, man. Okay? To say to the Most High and His Son, hey, the Lord ain't gonna do shit. All right, I'm gonna continue to run up this back. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to do me.
God knows my heart.
Yep, God knows my heart. I'm gonna continue to run up this bag, chase these hoes, man, clothes, get this new car, this new house, man. All right, that's in Jake's mind to continue their life here in Babylon the Great.
Yep.
Well, guess what? The Lord's men, the Lord's prophets are here to tell you that shit ain't finna last, man.
Nope.
Okay? Lord is finna completely respond to your whole fucking life. You know?
You Christians, like I said, I was waiting for the rapture. It didn't come last week?
It's postponed?
Was it postponed? Because Jacob Trouble is going to be ramping up. Like I said, the brother mentioned about Chicago. When are you going to get raptured up? The times of, like, perilous times are, it's here, it's just, when it just happened in your front yard, on your street, that's when, like I say, things will get bad. These things, hey, the times are getting tough. Well, as it says in Ephesians 5 and 15, you know, be circumspect, all right? Be not as fools, but as wise, because what the days are evil. These are bad times that evil goes into, all right? These are bad times that we're seeing, and it's bad now, it's just only gonna get worse. As it says, it's only just begun.
In Amos the 9th chapter, it says, I believe verse 10, that all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, that say that the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, man. You know what I'm saying? That's written, bro. The Lord said his word not gonna come back to him void, but it's gonna accomplish the thing whereto he sent it. These things were spoken, man. You know what I'm saying? So all our people out here that thinks that nothing's gonna happen to me, you know, like the Kantar's mouth said, Lord knows my heart. Bro, hey, trick bag, man.
Yeah.
You know, Lord got you in a trick bag, man. Bad things are coming, and it's gonna touch you.
And the Lord do know your heart. He know your ass.
Exactly.
You know? Verse,
Exactly.
Desperately wicked above all
Yep.
things.
I got 2 more verses.
Cool.
This is verse 13 in Zephaniah, the 1st chapter. Therefore their goods shall become a booty.
Booty
Robbing
means
their ass.
treasure. Right? The goods that you have is gonna be a treasure for somebody else. People gonna be invading one another. Talk about that in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. For lack of bread. So the good that an evil person has, the goods that evil person has, that's gonna be a treasure for somebody, right? Who is sanctioned by the Most High to do evil unto him, man. That's judgment. Go ahead,
In their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them.
Right. All these new constructions that you see going on down here in Dallas and other places, it's gonna come to naught. A lot of these various places that's being built and reconstructed. As it get worse out here, you gonna see a lot of construction sites that just being abandoned like y'all.
I'm gonna jump down to verse 17, and y'all brothers got it. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk.
Well, real quick, that word distress, when you get it in the Greek, it means a cattle squeeze.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It means like a very tight squeeze, cattle squeeze for them to administer medicine. So it's going to be a very, very tight, straight situation that Jacob's going to be in. Remember, he's talking about Israel.
Right. Well, I'm gonna jump up to 14 and 17. The great,
It's okay.
The great, this is verse 14. The great day of the Lord, it is near, and it hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly.
That's right. So even mighty man gonna cry bitterly, right? You got people that's modern gladiators, man. They gonna be in distress. Football players, UFC MMA fighters, boxers. You know what I'm saying? All these guys is in mixed martial arts and stuff like that, or just martial arts. Period. You know all these things go on, man. These people gonna be in distress, right? Nigga knock your ass out, but when all this stuff goes on, he gonna be crying, man. Think about somebody like Javante Davis and all hell break loose. How he gonna be acting?
We know security around.
Nope.
Verse
Go
15.
rob his little ass.
Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, in distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess.
Right, it's gonna be a day of wrath. Right? People going to be very malicious towards people. And that spirit, you already feel it, bro. The average person lacks empathy for another person. Right. If somebody fall right now, usually a person is gonna pull out that phone and record that person falling. Right? Somebody could be, suffocating, choking or something. Instead of them trying to help the person, they'll pull out the phone. Dang, this nigga dying, fool.
Yeah. Love him many waxing cold.
Mm-hmm. Love him many gonna wax cold, especially as people start losing things.
Verse 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh is dung. So like the brothers going into earlier, about Jacob's trouble, going further into it. It's gonna be all this judgment that we've been bringing out through this sermon. It's gonna be in everybody's face, man. Okay? Whether it's going into how about not being on the streets, or, they chasing you home and things of that nature. Hey, particular individuals jumping from skyscrapers, man. All right, robbing and killing each other for sustenance, man. That's gonna be a day and day situation for a lot of people, man. You know, that's been of the Lord. We gonna see it, but hey, we gonna have the faith that you have about you now, try to get through it, man. Right? You know.
Well, the scripture says that the angels of the Lord that came around about them that fear them, that fear him. See, we want that divine protection from on high, man. Because once again, if you don't got the protection of your Yahweh around you in that day, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. The day of the Lord shall be as you flee from a lion and a bear meets you. You get away from the bear, then the snake bites you. Pretty much that means that there's not going to be no escape. You think you're going to escape one situation, the Lord will put your ass in another situation. Then he'll have it to where as you may so-called get out that situation, he'll throw your ass into another situation. That'll be it for you.
Right. That's it.
It's like a game. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna have him go into this house. I'm gonna have people bust his door down. Actually, they're gonna go through the wall because they're in an apartment. Somebody gonna go through a wall, and then he gonna shoot this person. Get out, get into his car. He ain't gonna be able to start it. Then he gonna run to a store, grab a can of beans. He gonna get through that, but on his way back, try to get out. I'm gonna have him smoke. Remember, the Lord is creative. Yahweh Shema Shah, he gonna show you how creative he is with his judgments, man. He's the creator of judgment. So, man, you can just imagine how the way people are gonna be getting got is gonna be crazy.
And if I can add too, you know, that protection, you know, is within the name. Of course, it's knowledge, but within this knowledge is the names, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the right names, or you know what I'm saying, you don't think the names are important, then, hey, bro, you through. Proverbs 18:10, you know. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe, man. You know, so you have to have those names. They're key, man. That's what you're gonna have to call on in those times of trouble when something's in your face. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna encounter things too, man. And he shall be saved out of it, like the brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know, so those names, man, they're key. They're important, bro.
Sellouts over here trying to tell you that the name don't matter.
Right.
You don't get your sellouts, man. But at the end of the day, keep doing what you're doing.
Nope.
Psalm 68:20 says, "He that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto Yahweh Shem Shah belong the issues from death." Back your point up, bro. Like you're saying, the Lord is gonna be the one that brings, all right, that judgment that you people not gonna be able to escape from. But he's also gonna bring deliverance, protection for his elect. Like I said, he's the God, and unto the God, the Lord, belong with the issues from them. See, going to that word issues, I think it's like going out, or like a way to escape. You see, so the Lord is going to guide his man through, like it says in 2 Ezra 16. All right, I'm gonna be the God of them that you know what I'm saying. That don't be not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High your God.
Right.
Psalm 91, the Lord is gonna give his angels direction to come protect the elect, man. Guide them through the Spirit all the way unto salvation, man. Right.
I got one. Colossians 1:22 in the NLT. Yet now he has reconciled you to himself through the death of a Mashiach in his physical body. So those who believe on the resurrection, the Lord reconciled them back. So those spirits on the planet Earth will be protected because you have to believe in that resurrection, man.
Right.
That's why it says, yet now he has reconciled you. Because 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans not returning back. I mean, the Lord not showing mercy upon you, but he's showing mercy by allowing this to go out. But if you're not receiving it, he's not showing you any mercy, man.
That's Hosea 4. You know, you know, you're gonna reject this knowledge, the Lord gonna reject you, man. You guys
Be good. Yet now he has reconciled you to himself through the death of a Mashiach in his physical body. See, as a result, he has brought you into his own presence. By you believing on the resurrection, now we standing in the presence of the Lord because we have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. This the presence of it right here. So if you're not standing in that presence or called to that house, what's that? Psalm 65:4. Blessed are those that come to the house of the Lord. If you're not in that house, you ain't gonna be protected, man. As a result, he has brought you into his own presence, and you are holy and blameless as you stand before him without a single fault. So in that day, those spirits that's gonna remain firmly and not be movable, That's who the Lord's going to protect in the day, because they believe on the. That's cool. They believe on the gospel, which is the good news. Those who stand firmly, the Lord going to protect them, man. If they believe on the resurrection, that's very important. That's why I'm always going to that. You have to believe. If you believe that, then you, Lord willing, you the elect, you covered. So when shit go down, you ain't gonna be blameless, man. You gonna be standing without a fault, because your faith in hearing the good news was gonna keep you protected.
Psalms 37 and 18 in the GNT said,
Damn, I could have just got the next one. Just got the next coming up.
it says, Psalms 37 and 18 in the GNT, the Lord takes care of those who obey him, and the land will be theirs forever. They will not suffer when when times are bad, and they will have enough in a time of famine. But the wicked will die. The enemies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua will vanish like the wild flowers. They will disappear like smoke. So there you have it, man. The Lord said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Those who obey him are going to be protected in the time to come, man. We're going to have enough. And that's exactly what we need. We need what we, you know what I'm saying? Jake, that's when sin come in, is when you want, I want more, they're wanting, but not looking at, you got enough, man. You got what you need, man. The Lord is going to allow, he's going to supply the elect with exactly what they need in the times that we're coming into, man. You see?
The scripture says that the beginning of sin is when one departeth away from his maker. So when your mind departs from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as if you got it, and that you don't need the Lord, that you can do it on your own, that's the beginning of transgression, because what comes with that is pride and presumptuous and willful sin. You know?
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never since there was a nation, even unto the same. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. That's the time, like you say, the time that we're seeing. You know, the times are only gonna. See, that time of trouble, you're not gonna be hearing those sirens going off. You know, it's gonna be a lawless society. You know, and like it says, that when it's gonna get so bad, where Michael has to stand up. All right, be an ensign for the people. All right, and thy people, and the Lord saying now it's gonna be the elect, the ones that that sign the crown, the abomination thereof. It's not for all of Israel right now. All right, and is that they're gonna be delivered. All right, found in what? The book of life. All right, and if you keep going here, it says, verse 2, and many of them that slept in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. You know, so the elect is going to receive that deliverance. You read Wisdom of Solomon 5, that goes and also going into that stranging of their salvation. The ones that are going to wake up on this side, they setting up for everlasting life. Now the ones that are going to wake up, like I said, coming out the loins of the elect, which I'm talking about the 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be like, damn. You know, they're still going to be, like I said, in the high stature, but the men that, or the elect, the ones that are receiving this understanding now, all right, that's basically not going to bow the knee to Baal, all right, they're going to be raised as a different standard into what? Going into the kingdom of heaven. But it starts here when things start getting bad. What manner of man will you be when these things come?
Matthew 24, start of verse 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. And that's talking about initially 66 to 70 AD. But it's also going to be happening even here too. Because you're going to have pregnant women who aren't slated to be, that ain't slated to be chosen. They're going to be pregnant, you know, they might have, and they're going to be destroyed.
Right.
You know, remember the scripture talks about how women, you know, slaughtered their children in the time of the famine. You know, it says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation. Mind you, so it says for then, right? It says But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So it's going to be a time of trouble that the world has never experienced before, that Yahweh Shai said was going to happen.
Right.
A time of trouble that it says the sister, man, I'm reading it again. For then shall there be great tribulation. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Like I say, when you hear that, go back and think about in history all the bad times you've seen. The time of the Black Plague, all right, the Spanish flu, all right, those wars. It's nothing compared to what's coming.
70 AD.
70 AD.
But remember, this is the prophecy of the future as well as what was getting ready to happen to Jerusalem when the Romans were going to come. You know? So he was talking about also too, like Jerusalem about to get sacked.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead.
And who was basically when the Babylonians came in on Jerusalem, who was actually cheering them on? Esau. Same man that got the same perpetual hatred towards you, Black, Latino, Native American. All right, well, you're Israelites. Same ones that's saying raise it to the foundation thereof. Those are going to be the same ones that's going to be like destroy them. They're saying that right now. But like I say, now they got the power in their hand to actually do so, and he got a plan to try to put you to death or put you in subjection by what? By way of what? The Karagma, the seal. This man is actually looking to put you into perpetual slavery, saying, I got my patent on them, so you're not yours. They're not the Most High's or Yahweh Shai's now. They're mine. If not, you're going to be put them to death.
Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So even in that time of great tribulation, the Lord still will be shortening the time, man. But it's going to be so bad out here, man. It's going to be so bad that it's going to look like salvation is not. Salvation is going to look non-existent. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Salvation is going to look like a foreign thing. For somebody to be saved out of that situation is like, wow. That's why the scripture.